You know, there comes a time in every man's life when you realise it's time to get buff, or at least get fit. My realisation came the other night after a brutal review from my own wife, of all people. Welcome to the Tainted Tavern.
Welcome to the Tainted Tavern. Come sit inside with me.
Hello. You know, I'm not overweight. I'm not particularly unfit. I'm not tall. I'm about 5'8", and I weigh in at 11 stone. So I'm in reasonably good condition, I suppose. But the other night, now, as I say, I'm very thin, slim, lithe, I like to think, and I've got thin arms, thin legs, spindly, and I have got a little bit of a belly, a little bit of a pot belly. And because of my blue eyes and the wrinkles or lifelines that I've gathered through the years, so because of my blue eyes, my lifelines, my spindly arms and legs and my little pot belly, my wife remarked the other day while I was naked that I looked like E.T. And that hit me for six. And so I decided I've got to get fit. I've got to do something about it. So obviously I didn't rush into anything, and I quite sensibly sat back, lit up a bowl and contemplated what to do. Now, first thing I decided, I joined the gym, which turned into a big mistake because I turns up at the gym. I paid my membership. You could pay a temporary membership to make sure that you were suited to it. So I went to the gym, paid my membership, goes in, they gave me a vest, my whole body went through the armhole, and then I upset this steroid guy because, well, I couldn't help it. It looked like he had mumps, he had muscles on muscles, and I couldn't help staring. And he asked me what was I looking at, and I trying to sort of, you know, be cooler, standing there with my vest around my waist, and I just said, nothing. And he got really aggressive with me. So at that point, I knew I was in trouble. So I told him, I said, look, mate, I do not want to fight you. You're 3, maybe 4 times my size. I do not want to fight you. It wouldn't be fair. Let's have a spelling test. Well, that scared him. But I legged it out of there as quick as I can. And I decided that, gym's not for me. I'm not that type. So I went out and bought one of these things then. It's called a Bullworker. It's a nice throw metric exercise machine, and I sort of... You've got to be a pissing bull to work one. Bullworker's a good name. Press-ups, sit-ups, I've done them all. And they boring, and they hurt. You know, they say, no pain, no gain. Well, my philosophy is no pain, fucking yeah. And then I thought, I had an epiphany. I thought getting fit, getting buff, should not be about pushing yourself to the limit, about causing yourself pain. It should be enjoyment. It should involve pipes of good tobacco. It should involve hip flasks. And so I jumped on the Tavern Express, my Tavern Explorer, my bike. And I go cycling through the country. I've got my rucksack on my back. I'm getting my exercise. All right, it's an e-bike, so it helps me on these big hills. It gives me pedal assistance, but I'm still having to pedal, so I'm getting fit. And I can travel the beautiful country tracks. I can visit pubs en route and have myself a pint, or I can stop in a beauty spot and smoke a bowl and take a sip from my hip flask. It's enjoyable. I'm enjoying myself. And a byproduct of that enjoyment is that I'm getting fitter. And Google claims, when I put the data of my latest ride into Google, and do you want to see my ride? Here it is. Google claims that after 6 months of regularly taking cycling rides like that, I may not have bulging biceps or a chest that could have come off Johnny Weissmuller, but I'll have pretty tight buns. And I'll settle for tight buns. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment down below. See you soon.
Please come back soon.